Hi there and welcome to my channel. It's all about books. If you're new here, welcome. Nice to meet you. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about Watching from the Dark. It's a crime novel by Gytha Lodge and I just say murder on camera. Watching from the Dark is a crime novel by Gytha Lodge. It's for readers aged 16 and over. It was published 2020 by Penguin and has 416 pages. The reading time is approximately 7 hours. A similar book is She Lies in Wait, also by Gytha Lodge, and I have presented this book already in a previous video. But you don't have to read the first book to understand this story because they are two independent, self-contained cases. So that's all I have to say about the fact. Let's move on to Gytha Lodge, the author. There's not that much to tell about Gytha Lodge yet. I think that's because she's relatively new in the business. But what I can tell you, she's a British author in her mid-30s. She studied English literature in Cambridge and creative writing at the University of East Anglia. She is also a multi-awarded author for the theatre, for video games and the screen. What else? She is a single mother of an 11-year-old boy. And she likes to do crosswords. Like I mentioned, She Lies in Wait was her debut 2019, Watching from the Dark 2020, and 2021 Lie Beside Me. It was her third novel. And I will cover this story also in an upcoming video. So let's jump into the story. At the beginning of the story we see a man named Aidan logging into his computer and impatiently waiting to Skype with his girlfriend Zoe. He waits and gets annoyed because she seems to be running late again. But then, God, finally the icon turns to green and Zoe is online. However, she's not sitting at the computer, but based on the sounds, she seems to be taking a bath. Unfortunately, Aidan can't see her because his camera only captures a small section of the image, and he thinks this can't be true. She's just letting me sit here and wait for her while she's taking a bath, and he gets so frustrated that he almost turns off his computer, but expecting to see her naked, he doesn't turn it off. What happens next really makes his blood run cold. He sees as a shadowy figure sneaks into the apartment to Zoe's bathroom. He hears the door open and close again, 2 clicks, and then he thinks, is she with another man? She's cheating on me. She's with another man. What are they doing there in the bathroom? And then he hears muffled voices and the sounds of a struggle until all at once it becomes deathly quiet. And then he watches the shadowy figure disappear. What happened? Aidan is staring at his computer, waiting and waiting for Zoe to come out, and he really gets desperate, but she does not come out again. Anonymously, he calls the Southampton police and tells them what happened, but not until the next day. This is how the story begins. It's a Friday morning when DCI Sheen and his team, again including the young, eager investigator Juliet Hansen, the headstrong and handsome Lightman, and the third, the Irishman O'Malley, follow up the anonymous tip and go to Zoe's apartment. where they find her lying dead in her bathtub with her veins slashed open. And the way the body was found points to a suicide. But what seems extremely strange is that the caller didn't say his name, and he did not know the address of his girlfriend, hello, because they had to find the address through Zoe's father, and Angeline, Zoe's friend, had a key and she opened them the apartment. That's how they got in. And soon Johnah Sheen learns that Zoe's boyfriend is named Aidan, and he is a married university professor with whom she had an on and off relationship. Soon evidence emerges that point to murder. Now Sheen and his team are investigating on a murder case. The interviews begin with the close circle of Zoe Swabadine, an aspiring artist. She's a painter from a wealthy family. Zoe's father, a busy investment banker, is devastated, and he says he had lunch with his daughter at the beginning of the week and has not spoken to her ever since, and no one else has seen or heard from the young painter since the night before. Everyone is shocked when they learn from Zoe's death. Neither Angeline, she's a ballet dancer who studied with Zoe and she's the one with the key, nor her other friend Mivi, with whom Zoe used to share an apartment, can imagine who could have done this to their friend, because Zoe was a helpful young woman to whom they confided their worries, and Zoe always had a shoulder to cry on. And there were no arguments and no financial problems either. Now Johnah Sheen and his team investigate in the wider circle of Zoe's friends. It includes the irascible Victor. Victor, he used to work with Zoe in a cafe, and he was unhappily in love with the victim. And Zoe was the only one who could soothe over his unstable personality, and she always knew how to take him. And there's Felix. Felix is Zoe's landlord, and they call him the Silver Fox because he's an older ex-police officer. He had to quit his job because of a terrible case that hurt him so deeply that he has panic attacks ever since. And he used to call Zoe every time he had another panic attack, and she was always there for him. And it's evident that all her friends depended in one or the other way on Zoe. And the investigators get deeper and deeper into a web of lies, intrigues, secrets, jealousies involving each other. And then there's Aidan, the married boyfriend with whom Zoe had a toxic relationship. And over time it changed Zoe. The investigators find out that lately Zoe wasn't the nice girl who helped everyone. She pushed her friends away. She did not have time anymore for them. She didn't listen to their sorrows, was impatient, and even hurt some of them verbally. Was quite a different personality. But is this reason enough for someone to go as far as to murder her? That's all I tell you about the story. I just can say the investigators solved the case. Let's move on to my impression. I think this is another intriguing story, murder on camera. Gytha Lodge's writing style is not much different from her first book. It's sober, clear, and not too many words to describe something. And as a result, the story reads easily and I found my way into it immediately. As in the first volume, Gytha Lodge rolls the story up to Zoe's murder from the back, and these chapters alternate with the present where we have the ongoing investigation. So we as readers become investigators as well, trying to piece together the puzzle, which I didn't succeed in doing until the very end. Again, there's not a lot of background information on the individual characters, but we do learn that Sheen is loosely involved with the adventurous Jojo, whom he met during his last case. Jojo is not here at the moment, she's traveling, and Sheen gets into conflict when he meets his ex-girlfriend again. And I think this is a brilliant reference to volume 1. So we have this bridge. And also investigator Lightman is no longer portrayed as robotic and perfect, and we get to know him from a different, more human side. For example, he comes late to work. And what is also described very well is the process of how a kind, caring and loving person can change into the negative through a toxic relationship. And we observe this development through the perspective of different characters, and this gave me a quite good impression of the person Zoe. The thriller has a good suspense with some twists and turns and leads to a surprising ending. These are the things that I found very good. Now let's go to my critique. Again, we learn quite a little about the individual investigators. For example, I got almost nothing from O'Malley. There's only concentrated on the interactions of the investigators among themselves, and so, in my opinion, missed the chance to make the characters more lively. She could have packed a little bit more on it, not too much, but a tiny bit more. Yeah, not so much critique. Let's go to my conclusion. Although I found volume 2 altogether good, it does not reach volume 1 in my opinion. Nevertheless, it convinced me so far that I will definitely read volume 3, simply because I love the unexcited writing style of Gytha Lodge, because I find the characters charismatic and I know that the story will remain exciting until the very end. So all in all, I can recommend this book. I hope I could give you some impression of the story. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. See you in my next video. Bye.